Testing 1, 2. How's everyone doing tonight? Make some noise for TEDx. Y'all can do way better than that. Let's go. Make some noise, everyone. So my name's David Hodges. I need everyone to get up off their seats. Let's get dancing a little bit. I'm actually the only we're the only performance act tonight. Let's go bring it back. I need to get everyone get off their seats. You can dance with your friend, dance with your partner. It's time to have a good time, all right? Let's go. Here we go. You guys can put your hands like this. Dirty talk, I earned a spot to be referred as hot. Put the pen to the page, engage and work my thoughts. Industry cats pop the heads cause I deserve the nods. Hip-hop's a balancing act. Watch me learn to walk the furnace lock. My mouth's a gun, got plenty clips. Trying to be #1 like Hardaway Penny is. Open furrows, which means my soul is thorough. Promote my flow in public like I control the boroughs. It's a cold, cold world. My verse gon' heat it up. Waiter of this rap game, people gonna leave me love. In my pockets where I keep the funds. I got a bread trail now, well I'ma go back and clean the crumbs, teach for fun. I call it my profession. Shout out to the day ones who follow my progression. I'm living for today while tomorrow is a blessing. Let me spice up your life. You can borrow what I'm chefing. Bumping these beats and bringing love to the scene. Just hit me up for that heat. We can get it in. How's it sounding out there? If you running with me, I'll put some funds on that dream. You're gonna buzz like a bee. Just hit me up. Yeah, just hit me up. I think we need to start putting our hands together. Can you guys all clap simultaneously? Let's go. Spit it on the regular. Most would even go there. I keep these beats bloody. My style be like so rare. My show need no chairs. I'm fresh like the cold air. Wildin' out, oh yeah, the best with the flow, yeah. Continuing my reach for the plaques and the Grammys. I'm breaking up my bread, having laughs with my family. I make up a reel for what I'm lacking in acting. Observe my drive, take a nap in the backseat, attacking these rap beats like sharks in a fish tank. Got you all pissed from what you thought was a diss track. I'm all about peace, I need to pause with the click-clack. If any hater digs that, applause to get back. Rocking my syntax, packed with a vision. I rap like a star while they rap like a bigot. Took a break for a while, now I'm back on my business. Just pass me the torch like I'm at the Olympics. Bumping these beats and bringing love to the scene. Just hit me up for that heat. We can get it in. Yeah, that sounded nice. If you running with me, I'll put some funds on that dream. You're gonna buzz like a bee. Just hit me up. Just hit me up. If you're having a good time right now, make some noise. Let's go. Honoring my message with some tact and persistence. 10,000 hours like I'm trapped in ambition. Mixing vocals on the track while I'm mastering the spirit. Observing my drive, catch me laughing every minute. Smacking any gimmicky rap across the head. Cause I feel the rain of difference when you're lost or dead. I'm being real on my songs, so often when I get is people sleeping on my style. So let me auction off my bed. Caution as you let my words get any closer. Rhymes are piling in my head. I'm regretfully a hoarder. Sometimes I'm feeling stuck like my destiny is boarded. I'm an insane rapper, the respectfully disordered. No time for brick and mortar. I'm trying to get my digits greater. Giving y'all the flames, call me the incinerator. Learning from the pros as I follow innovators in a league of my own. As I'm still up all up in the majors. Peace and bringing love to the scene. Just hit me up for that heat. We can get it in. Oh, I'm losing my breath. If you running with me, I'll put some funds on that dream. You're gonna buzz like a bee. Just hit me up. I need a roll call. Somebody say TEDx. Say TEDx. At St. Laurent Boulevard. Louder. Say TEDx. Say TEDx. At St. Laurent Boulevard. That's right. Make some noise, everyone, for yourselves right now. Holy smokes. Believe it or not, we'll just pause right there. Believe it or not, man, I haven't performed publicly in 10 years. So that was my first performance in 10 years, and a lot's happened, needless to say. I'm a husband and a father to two beautiful children. But what's even more wild for me is that my last public performance was literally at this venue 10 years ago. So it's a crazy alignment. So shout out to Joe and Melissa for inviting me here today to perform and not really talk for very long, but I wanted to speak a little bit. My name is David Hodges. I'm from the West Island of Montreal. I'm an educator, music artist, entrepreneur. And, let me tell you about what I've been up to since my last performance. It'll be real quick, take a couple of minutes, but with my educational background, I've been working in the educational system for 20 years. Started off as a high school teacher, then started getting more involved in alternative extracurricular programming all over the province of Quebec. But a lot of my work in the last 10 years has been directly connected with Indigenous peoples, Indigenous communities. And over the last 10 years, I've had the honor and privilege to travel to over 100 nations and work with 3,000 Indigenous youth and really immerse myself working with Indigenous kids on music programming, bringing music programming into reserves, into communities, into schools, and school boards, servicing essentially similar to Joe, just servicing Indigenous peoples and giving young kids a chance to just express themselves, right? And give them a voice, give them an opportunity to share their voice with the world. And so a lot of but also in the context of who I am, I'm a non-Indigenous person, right? Mixed race settler, born in the West Island with limited exposure to First Nations, Inuit, Métis people. So how can I make an impact? How can I learn and advance and break those barriers? And let me tell you, really unlearning the history that I thought I knew growing up in the West Island at John Rennie High School, the education that I was taught was I was completely misinformed. And so I was learning that firsthand account of what, literally down the river, what's going on here with First Nations, Inuit, Métis people, and the current realities, which are very, very, they're very challenging and very frustrating, even to the point where if you discover that the residential schools, the last one to literally close was in the 90s. I was going to elementary school at that time, and it's crazy. But at the same time, with that learning, with that knowledge of what the truth is of the reality of this country, comes allyship, right? And I've made that declaration and that commitment to be an ally and to stand on their side, and be a guest and learn how to actually act accordingly with my life over the last few years. But with all of that being said, a quick plug, if you are still kind of coming to the knowledge and understanding of what is actually transpired here and what's currently going on with Indigenous communities, I would urge you to Google 93 calls to action, 93 calls to action, 93 calls to action as a starting point in your journey to becoming an ally. So for me, as the work kind of expanded over the last 10 years, I've decided I've evolved and transitioned to not just supporting collective, but supporting individuals, because I was meeting these incredible kids with incredible talent, dreams, and ambitions, but I had to make that commitment to actually support on an individual level. And so we have one of these individuals here tonight, and this is what's really special, is that it's actually one of the first Indigenous kids that I connected with 10 years ago on my first tour to the Cree Nation of Mysticity. When I met them, they were 13 years old. They came into the room. We were all with a bunch of the students. We were making a song, and CB came into the room and just blew me away. They already had an energy and a presence. It was so infectious and just had that old soul. But as soon as they started singing, they had that it factor that Joe talked about, where I was like, man, you got something. And they were just starting on their secondary high school journey. I was like, you know what? When you graduate, let's do something. I'm gonna help you out. Let's do something together. And so, fast forward 7 years, CB found their way to Montreal and tapped me on the shoulder and said, hey, David, remember that promise? I think it's time now. And so over the last 4 to 5 years, I've been supporting CB, and they've been carving out their own pathway, and we've been disrupting systems, and a lot of the work that I'm doing right now is more in being an accomplice, and has gone beyond being an ally, where I want to support disrupting systems and opening up spaces for Indigenous voices, right? And so tonight, TEDx is providing that opportunity to do so. So without further ado, coming all the way from the Cree Nation of Mysticity, now residing in Montreal, CB. Let's go, guys.